I now have a merchandise store. You can get the anti-woke shield logo on a wide variety of merchandise, including shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, hoodies, bags, backpacks, a bath mat, flip-flops. If Fido or Mittens eats their food on a mat, you can even get a mat for them with the shield logo on it. You can get it on pillows, die-cut stickers, or you can even get it on a notebook. All this merch and more is available at my merch store. I prefer the yellow on black, but you can get it in a wide range of colors. If you like yellow logos, then this is the logo for you. Links are in the description. Use code EARLYBIRD, that's EARLYBIRD, for a discount between now and the middle of November 2022. Yes, I have a merchandise store now. I'm not sure how to get you to the whole store, so there's a couple of links down in the description. You can get a discount through the middle of November. I will put up more designs. Right now I just have the shield logo, a couple of different designs on the shield logo. If you like gold, if you like yellow, if you like the shield, that's the design for you. If you want me to design something, let me know. If I get enough interest in like a specific type of design or something, or if I think something is really clever, I might do it anyway. But yeah, if I get enough interest, I'll go ahead and make up a logo for you guys. But I mean, it takes time to do this stuff, so it's got to be like a lot of people want it, or it's got to be really cool. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by and supporting my work. If you don't go to my merchandise store, we can still be friends. It's fine. I understand that, you have your own financial situation to deal with, and that's none of my business. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. Watch the video to the very end. That does seem to help the algorithm more than anything. You can find me on Rumble, on Twitter. And if you are on Rumble or Twitter watching this, then you can find me on YouTube. Now let's go ahead and dive into this article on incels. Let's see what we got here. So, an Ohio incel faces life in prison in plot to massacre 3,000 sorority girls. This is from October 11th. This is really recent. This video has nothing to do with it. This is just New York Post current news. Nothing at all to do with this incel here. A self-described incel is facing life in prison after pleading guilty to plotting to slaughter 3,000 sorority girls at an Ohio university. Genco, is that how you say his name? I don't know. Genco. This right here, I don't know how to say that. If somebody out there knows how to say that, let me know. He's 22 years old. He authored a sick manifesto in which he wrote he wanted to slaughter women out of hatred, jealousy, and revenge, and referred to death as the great equalizer according to court documents. Well, I mean, yeah, everybody dies. Everybody poops too. So there's a couple of things that we all do. Genco pleaded guilty to planning to shoot up the unnamed university on Tuesday, federal prosecutors announced. On the day he penned the manifesto, he searched online for sororities and the unnamed university in Ohio, prosecutors said. Yeah, not good. Let me tell you, if you want to ensure that you never get laid, guys, go out and try to kill only women. That'll do it. I mean, if you want to be like a murderer or something, just randomly murdering people in general, there's women out there who'll be like, oh, he's so cute, he's in jail, let me date him. Conjugal visit. But if you specifically target women, pretty sure you're not getting what you want out of women ever. That's just not going to happen, The Hillsborough native identifies as an incel or involuntary celibate and part of a sick online community. Okay, wait a second here. Now, do you mean sick as in unhealthy, or do you mean sick as in twisted? Because I don't know the incel community. I don't hang out with them. I've been called an incel by progressives, of course. I think that, non-progressives have more class than that. Yeah, I don't know if they're sick or not. It's a community of guys just going, hey, look, women are mean. And it's true. Women are very cruel. We can talk about that all day long. It's a sick online community of men who seek to commit violence in support of their belief that women unjustly deny them sexual or romantic attention to which they believe they are entitled, prosecutors said. Okay, the prosecutors are idiots. There may be a community, I'm sure there's a community out there who thinks this way. But being an incel does not mean that you believe that women are unjustly denying you sex and romance. They probably are unjustly denying you sex and romance. We've been told our whole lives, all you gotta do is be a nice guy. Oh, just be yourself. Oh, the good guys always win in the end. Blah, blah, blah. And that does not happen. I've said this before in my videos. If you just watch my latest video about Rangapal and all of that craziness there. If you want to be with women, you have to be around a lot of women. You have to go out and make friends with women. You have to go out and hang out with girls. You have to be around girls. You have to be around people in general. You have to be able to exist physically in the same space as other people. If you can't do that, you're not really going to have any luck with women. When I was in my 20s, oh man, I was like waiting for a girl to fall out of the sky. And I was, around women. Not like a lot, but I mean, I was around a lot of women, I would say, but I wasn't like interacting with them. I guess this is him here. This is him. Genco, pleaded guilty to planning and shooting up a university on Tuesday. I'm guessing that's him. I mean, it doesn't really say, but I don't know why else it would be there. Genco maintained profiles and posted hundreds of times on a popular incel website from July 2019 through mid-March 2020. Investigators discovered a note from Genco that said he planned to aim big in his planned massacre, with a goal of 3,000 female victims in the note. He referenced the same date as the 2014 mass shooting carried out by Elliot Rogers, a college outcast who killed 6 and wounded 13 in a revenge for rejection rampage outside the University of California, Santa Barbara sorority house. I think that's incorrect. It wasn't outside the university. There were some of them that were outside of the university, but some of them were in his own apartment, weren't they? Didn't he do his roommates in too? In 2019, the woman hater bought tactical gloves, a bulletproof vest, a hoodie bearing the word revenge, cargo pants, a Bowie knife, a skull face mask, 2 Glock 17 magazines, a 9mm Glock 17 clip, and a holster, officials said. Well, that's a lot of guns for only one holster. In December 2019, Genco attended Army basic training and was discharged. This tells you something right here. Why was he discharged? Was it mental, emotional? Was it physical? If it was physical, okay, then not his fault. We didn't see this coming. Doesn't look like it was physical if he's going to be running around shooting people. But if it was mental, emotional, right there, that's a huge red flag. If you can't make it in the military, mental, emotional wise, I mean, if you get discharged for that, and it's not your own doing, I mean, it's not like you going, I don't like it here, I just want to get out. You probably need to get some help. In January 2020, he conducted surveillance on an Ohio university the same day he searched the internet for planning a shooting. Okay, then. You can search. You can search for anything on the internet, but why would you do that? Really? I'm just gonna go incriminate myself. Wow, people, your search history is easily trackable. Whatever you're interested in is easy to follow the trail of. So yeah, you don't go searching for things like I want to kill people. That's not good. You know what? I helped this guy out. I'm not like some computer whiz, so don't get me wrong here, but I was helping this guy kind of understand his OS. And I had talked to him. I knew him for a long time. I knew him for years. But I talked to him at one point, and he said, "I don't look at porn. I don't like any of that stuff." And then I went to help him on his computer, and there was top searches right there, and 2 of them were the websites that have the naughty stuff going on. People, stuff is easy to find. Your search history is super super easy. The same month, Genco wrote a document he titled "Isolated," which he described as the writings of the deluded and homicidal. That's pretty telling right there. Genco signed the document. Your hopeful friend and murderer, the prosecutor said. Wow. So this person is clearly insane. Has nothing to do with him necessarily being an incel. I mean, this guy, if he's writing stuff like this right here, and it just so happens to be an incel, I mean, these are just 2 coincidental things, because you don't want to go around killing people just because you're not getting laid necessarily. You might think the world is unfair. Okay, I can understand that. Local police officers raided Genco's home in Highland County, Ohio on March 12th, 2020, and recovered a Glock-style 9mm semi-automatic pistol with no manufacturer's marks or serial number hidden in a heat vent in his bedroom. Yeah, so the police are going to search for this stuff if they have a reason to search your home. They could get a warrant, or they just have to have probable cause, one of the 2. And you might want to do a really good job. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do that unless you own the place. Inside the trunk of Genco's car, cops found a gun with a bump stock attached, several loaded magazines, body armor, and boxes of ammunition, prosecutors said. Genco pleaded guilty to 1 count of attempting to commit a hate crime, which is punishable by up to life in prison, as it involved an attempt to end people. This is the end of the article. It's a very short one. It's good that he was stopped. But I do want to talk about this incel stuff. You know what? I've heard men that are my age and even older, say to me, 20s is the worst for dating. 20s is your worst time for dating. I didn't get laid at all in my 20s. I've heard men say that, literally say that. And I would say that my 20s were the best time in my life for dating. More opportunities, more attractive women popped up into my life. Well, maybe not more opportunities, but by the time I was getting a lot of opportunities later in life, I had already met my wife. So those opportunities were just you're really cute, and I would go out with you in a second, but can't cheat on her. So for me, it was kind of easy in a way. Like I said many times in here, I'm short, I'm not a tall guy, but being from kind of nowhere, Illinois, I was from a city, but not like a humongous area, hundreds of thousands of people, but not millions in the whole surrounding area. So I was very athletic, lifted weights a lot, did martial arts, built up my upper body and looked really good. Even though I was short, I mean, women would ask me out. I actually had hot women stalking me on college campus. I'm not joking. I caught them stalking me. When I was a little bit older, in my 30s, things were different. I actually had got some groupies at one point. They're like, "Oh my God, you're a professional artist." Oh, yeah. And so that was interesting. But things do get better dating wise as you get older. Just so you know, if you're like, "Oh man, I can't get a girl. It's not fair. These women all are mean. It's not fair." I understand. I was in my 20s once, and well, it was more like I was a teenager, and I thought it was unfair. I saw these girls with these guys, and I'm like, what the hell does he have that I don't have? I know now that he had height. He had broad shoulders, not necessarily because he had broad shoulders, but because he was tall, and therefore he was wider. Women want somebody that they feel like can just grab them and protect them. This is a biological thing. It's not like it's a mystery, right? I mean, the bigger you are, generally speaking, the stronger you're going to be. Like tall, broad-shouldered men are going to be stronger. They can throw around more weight, therefore they can impart more force into, say, an animal, another male human. Yeah, so women want big men. I see these guys, they look like they're like the bad boys. They're biker guys, and they got all these tattoos, and they wear a bandana, and they're huge. They're just like these big mountains of men, like 6 feet tall, and they're just robust, right? This little tiny cute little girl next door with them is like, this is like not a match here, but that's what girls want. They want these big dangerous men. That's how it is. You probably are not going to be that necessarily, but that doesn't mean that you can't get a girlfriend. That doesn't mean that you can't get these things in line in your life. What you have to do, though, you have to be around people. I say this all the time. This is the dating advice. This is the only dating advice that you need. You're all these guys out here, oh, you got to get game, you got to get this, you got to do this, you got to do this other thing, you got to get money, you got to hit the gym. Yes, exercise. You should exercise. But the thing is that you need to do is be around people. You need to make friends, make lots of friends, and spend time with them. And eventually, I've seen it happen so many times. How do you think I met my wife? My wife is from a foreign country. People think I went to some foreign dating site to find her. No, I met her through friends. That's it. She just so happens to be from a foreign country. But yeah, if you're like, oh man, I can't exercise. I live 40 miles from the closest gym. Man, I can't do it. YouTube is full of Pilates and calisthenics exercises. Just YouTube up calisthenics, YouTube up Pilates. You will be set for months. You will have a different exercise every single day for months. There are so many different routines out there that you can follow. So you can do this stuff at home. You can get some minimal equipment and do a lot of different exercises with just a few little different things. So you can look better and even feel better and feel stronger and be stronger. And women like that. Women like strong men. Women like men who have muscle. I can tell you right now that I'm a short guy. In my 20s, chicks were like I said, following me around. So it's totally possible to be a man that is attractive to women. Now, things are different today, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know about these college girls today. But I'm going to continue on with these videos on men and the terrible wokeness that is womanism that has corrupted the minds of American women. This has been well documented for a long time now. American Woman, the song came out in 1990, I don't remember. But American Woman, I said get away. There's a reason for that. People didn't want American women because the American women were not the ideal female. They're too independent. Just put it that way. So you might need to go to the foreign market. And if you're thinking, I can't afford to do that, I can't afford to get any of that, well, figure out how to make money, man. I don't know who you are out there watching this. Figure out how to get enough money so that you can survive. You do it now in your 20s. Do it now in your 20s because you don't want to try to figure this out in your 40s or your 50s. You got to do it now in your 20s. Start watching. There's all sorts of financial information you can get off of YouTube. You will start to learn how things work, and you could just get some product. This is not financial advice, but you can get some product that you just sell on Amazon and make $1 million selling pants. It's possible. The market is getting very, very flooded now, but it's possible. Anyway, that is my advice to you guys out there. If you're an incel, if you're an involuntary celibate, man, I feel for you. I know what it's like to be young and to not be able to manifest a relationship. The way you do it, though, like I'm going to say it again, make friends. Get out there and make as many friends as you can. Be around as many people as you can. It's pain. I know it takes time. I know maybe you don't want to focus on that. Maybe you're like torn. I want to focus on this other thing. But, well, hey, you want a relationship. Relationships take time. So that's all I got for this time. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video.